Okay, it's Eric Deloach. I'm Eric Deloach, and I'm a book author. And we're on the show Black Authors and Others. That's in America. That's for the world. That focuses on, talent. It could be Black talent or white talent or Asian talent or Hispanic talent, but we have uh Black talent here, which is amazing. Um, so we having a special treat for you. I think you're going to be inspired, and you're going to see some things and really see, the wonder that God has created. Um, and I think that you will be inspired. So, with no further ado, let's allow our special guest to, and he comes recommended, but we're going to allow our special guest to introduce himself at this time.
What's happening? I am Seni Marquis, the author of Mocha Can't Sell Bananas and Good Cookies. What's happening, man? Thanks for having me on the show.
Okay. So, do you have a book that's out now, right now, currently?
Correct. I have currently 3 books that are available for purchase out in the streets right now.
Okay. How young are you? I'm 52, so let me just ask you that. How young are you?
Hold on. What year is this?
This is 2021. So how young are you?
All right, 2021. See, carry the 3, about 5, minus 10. I just turned 41.
Okay, yeah, you definitely, younger, and that is really good. That's a good age. Okay, so
I haven't heard that in a very long time. You know what I'm saying? me being younger, I heard it in a long time. So appreciate that. You did.
You didn't even look 41, man. You look like 24, man. 22
hit the ring light. That's all, man. I'm saying, hit the ring light. Give me a little extra glow.
What they say, black it don't crack, right?
Facts. Absolutely.
All right. So tell me, where did you grow? Kind of tradition on the show. Where were you born, and where did you grow up?
I was born in Camden, New Jersey. I grew up in Philadelphia.
Okay. And tell me, so tell me about growing up in Philadelphia. How was that experience? I mean, that's a major city. I'm in Athens, Georgia. I was in New York 16 years. A little bit in San Francisco, California, Houston, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia. But tell me about being in the Northeast in Philadelphia, which is a great city.
The first memory that I remember of being in Philadelphia was my mom and my aunt. They used to have pinochle games.
Okay.
Right? They had a bunch of friends over there playing pinochle.
Right.
And they would send me to the store. They would send me to the store as a little store runner, and I would get a chance to keep all the change. Whenever I went to the store, I got a chance to keep the change, right?
Right.
One day they sent me to go get some pizza.
Right.
I went and got 2 boxes of pizza, and I'm walking back from the pizza store. I ring the doorbell so that they can let me in. And next thing I know, 2 kids came from behind me, knocked me over, and took both of my pizzas.
Oh man.
So that was, and the reason why I bring up that memory, because that was the good and the bad of Philadelphia, though. I had the good, the good vibes, the pinochle nights. Look forward to those. Go to the store, keep all of the change. You know what I'm saying? No, man, that was the good. But then you got the ugly side. Go to the store to get some pizza. You know what I'm saying? To get jacked for your pieces. You dig? So,
right.
Man, it was up and down growing up in Philly, though.
Okay. So tell me, go here. Either your mother, your father, any of your grandparents. What was something that they saying, or something that they shared with you that is still with you now? Anything that you recall?
Oh yeah, absolutely. My grandma, like I still hear this to this day in my head. Boy, if you touch that, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Okay.
But nah, really though, my grandmother, she, excuse me, she was she's been a rock though. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? You know, and so I don't know if it was any like particular sayings, but I can say that she instilled in me to take the initiative to do things without people asking you to do them. Take accountability for your mistakes, your falls, your flaws, whatever it is that you do, and don't make excuses. So
Okay.
you know, those are some of the things that I definitely got from my grandma.
Yeah. I just recall my grandfather passed like 30 years ago, and he just said, whatever you do, you know, be good at it. And you know, I just thought I just heard it. Okay, okay, you know, I was a kid, but I understood it. I understand it now that he's like, you know, if you're gonna do something, have passion about it. That's really what he was saying, and do a good job. Show yourself, you know, approve, and that you know, don't half do it. Do a good job at it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Give you 100%. Shut up.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay, now you have a interesting story. Uh, we'll just go here. Okay, you had told me off screen that you had ended up in jail. How old were you at that time?
Um, I was 27.
Okay, 27,
Yeah.
27.
I
And
was 27 when I went to jail, and I was 30 when I got out.
so just tell us, like you told me, which was I thought was a powerful story, and for people to hear. Tell us about how that came about and some of the things that you had to overcome to make the transition to be a popular uh, book author and also actually have a song on the radio while you were incarcerated at that particular time. Just give us, for the young people to see, you know, what happened and then how you turn it around. It was a fascinating story for people to kind of understand that you can go from one space to another space and really prevail and be successful.
Right. So now, well, I can tell you that I started off doing the music, you know, after leaving Job Corps, which was one of the best moves that I've ever made in my life. I decided to go to Job Corps after high school because I didn't graduate. I got expelled from high school.
Okay.
So I wound up getting my GED and going to Job Corps. And matter of fact, I wound up going to San Francisco. I lived in San Francisco because I finished top of my class. The school Job Corps was in Baltimore. I finished top of my class, so they gave me a scholarship to go to San Fran for advanced training within the Job Corps. So I went out there to Treasure Island, right across from Alcatraz or whatever. You dig? So I was out there for a year or so. After finishing that, I came back home. I started doing the music. I was on the Apollo, on Showtime at the Apollo for anybody that's familiar with it. You did.
Wow.
Unfortunately, if you went to the bathroom, you want to go get something to eat, but if you blink too fast, you would have missed me. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't on there long.
Right.
Got booed off real quick.
Right.
But I was actually on Apollo though. You know what I'm saying, man? So that's something that
Well, let's stop a second. Wait a minute. That's very important. Tell me, I think you said two things. You said number one, that you finished at the top of your class and then you got promoted, got the opportunity to go to San Francisco. Let's talk about that. What tell us a little bit about that.
So it was I went to Job Corps for culinary arts. You know, and to be honest, only took that trade because that's where all the girls was at. You did. Just being real with you.
But you
On
had
other
but
things,
you had talent in that area, in that space, right?
yeah. Well, when growing up with my, well, when I was living with my mom before going to Job Corps, whatever, I would do some of the cooking in the house. You dig? So cooking is something that I like to do. I really like the reaction that I would get from people tasting my food. That's what it was for me. You know what I'm saying? So while in Job Corps, I was able to finish top of my class
Right.
in the culinary arts field.
Did your mother teach you any time, or you just kind of a combination? She taught you a little bit, and you kind of just built upon
Nah,
it.
no. My mom was not a big cooker, not when I was
Okay.
living with her. And my
Okay.
grandmom, she couldn't boil water. And grandmama,
Okay.
if you seen this, I'm sorry, baby. You know I love you. You did, but you ain't the best cook, baby. Okay.
So where did this talent come from?
Trial and
To be
error,
at the
for real,
top of
for
your
real.
to be at the top of your class, where did this talent come from?
You know what? I think they was just me being me, because everybody else, they will do things out of the recipe book.
Right.
And I'm telling my teacher, Mr. Simmons, shout out Mr. Simmons, I'm telling him, hey, look, my man, let me do my own thing. Because everybody else's food is gonna taste the same. They're all
Right.
reading out the recipe book. Everybody else stuff gonna taste the same.
Right.
Let me just do my own thing. And if it don't
Right.
taste all right, then I'll follow the recipe book like everybody else. So I think it was me just believing that, you know, man, I want to be different. I want to do different. That's what's, you know, man, had helped me to excel.
And this, how did you just kind of looked at a few things and then you kind of just put your own touch to it or whatever? Is that what happened?
Absolutely. So of course, you know, I'll look and I'll see what the recipe is and what it calls for, you know. And you know, I check it out, and then I just make the different alterations. You know, now
Right.
I ain't gonna front and act like everything that I made came out A1, because that wasn't the case. A lot of trial and error. You
Right.
know, but once again, you know, man, I was passionate about me just doing not doing what I want to do, but just doing the opposite of what everybody else was doing.
Would you say that you were definitely an individual in individualism, but you had a high IQ. You were very smart compared to a lot of people. You just had the gift.
I would definitely say that the Lord has blessed me. Okay, okay.
Right. And what was one or two of your favorite dishes? And what made you top? I mean, what made the people over you say, yeah, he's number one? What was it?
Well, for one, my leadership and my initiative. Like I told you, my grandma always told me to take initiative to do things without people asking you to do them.
Okay.
So I jumped right into a leadership position, because if I see something that needs to be done, I'm going to do it, or I'm going to delegate it for it to be done. So so I believe that, you know, man, that coupled with what I actually can, you know, man, I actually cook with some flavor.
Right.
You know, man, I cook with some pizzazz. You know,
Okay.
you know, man, and my personality. So,
Right.
you know, man,
Right.
I think all of it together, you know, man, allowed me to finish top of my class.
So so you were not, nobody really, based from your grandmother to give you that advice, you were not a person that was fearful. You're like, I'm here, let's make it happen. Was that kind of the approach? We're gonna see what's going on, we're gonna make this happen.
That's how I still am to this day.
Okay. And that's why you've been able to achieve so very much. Okay, so fast forward, you get to over to San Francisco. Now, how from San Francisco, how did you end up at the Apollo?
At the San Francisco, mind you, I had just went out there for school.
Right.
I had the opportunity to stay, but I didn't stay. So I wound up leaving San Francisco and coming back home, back to New Jersey.
So the cooking thing was you had an ability, but that was not really your full passion.
Oh no, definitely not. I mean, like I told you, like I said, I only went to culinary art school because that's where the girls was at. You know what I'm saying? And all the other trades, I wasn't messing with those. I'm not working outside. You know what I'm saying? Messing with my hands.
Right.
That wasn't
so
me.
did you finish the program there?
I finished the program in the first one, but when I went to San Francisco for the advanced training, I didn't complete it. I was actually kicked out.
Okay, but mentally, but as far as you're concerned, it's not okay. You went out there for the women. I'm sure they liked you or whatever, but that wasn't enough for you. That's not what you really want to do.
Oh no, definitely not. I mean, definitely not. I mean, and side note, fast forward almost 15 years later, I mean, I'm working a job making almost $20 an hour, living in Florida, nice place, the whole nine. But I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't happy. I quit all of that. I quit all of that to move to Atlanta to pursue my writing career. You know what I'm saying? Man, I gave up my own crib and everything, man, to come sleep on my uncle's couch to pursue my writing career. You know what I'm saying? So
well, we're gonna get there. It's just okay, so let's see. We got to get back because I think it's very important to point out, okay, that was a beautiful moment, you know, really seeing that you had gifts and talents in that area, not quite what you want to do. But again, what got you to, not everybody gets to the Apollo. I mean, it just didn't happen. So tell what happened.
Right. So when I moved back to New Jersey, I started getting into the music full-fledged. You know, okay. I linked with the record company. I started recording original songs opposed to just doing songs with other people's beats, right? So I recorded a song called Big Girls, and the song took off. You know, it took off in the area where I was in. And so I ended a couple of talent shows. It was being played on the radio, so I decided to try my hand when I heard that the Apollo, they was having auditions in New York. So okay. me and my homegirl drove up there. She was in the audition also. She was a singer. Unfortunately, she didn't make it. I did get picked. I came back a couple months later, and that's when I was able to rock out at the Apollo.
Now, what did you did an original song when you performed there, or?
Correct. I did the exact same song that was being played on the radio. While okay. Before I even went up there, the song was called Big Girls. Okay,
and so what happened after that experience? I mean, I guess that's first of all, that's enough for anybody. I tell you, I'm a songwriter myself. I have a song that's like underground hit in the UK, but sort of speak, you could say, but you had that high of going there, that, you know, you had Michael Jackson has been there, the Jackson 5, you had James Brown, Gladys Knight and the Pips. In fact, the word is they I think that's where the Jackson 5 were found, by Gladys Knight and the Pips. If you kind of look up a history, and we know Michael Jackson is actually one of the biggest artists of all times, and one of my favorites as well. But he sold more records, albums, than anybody else in the history of music with Thriller. So, you know, and it all came from the Apollo.
Apollo. Okay.
Yeah. So getting to that, you know, to that top level with such grace, what happened? I mean, after that, what kind of happened? Because I mean, I know you were how and let's go here. Hold on. How did you feel once you got a chance to perform, and knowing that you were getting a chance to perform? What was the feeling going into it?
Going into it, I was on cloud 10. Nobody could tell me nothing. I'm bragging about it at the radio station, telling my friends, yeah, I'm gonna be an Apollo and I'm gonna win it. My confidence was on a high.
Yeah.
I had 19 people come from different places. You mean 19 people, they drove to New York City to come see me be on stage for less than 19 seconds. You know what I'm saying? It was right. I was on a serious high, but that thing came crashing down real quick. You know, I never forget my grandma gave me a ride home.
Right.
Because I was in New York for a couple of days. So when that was over, my grandma gave me a ride home, and I never forget, I was telling her, I don't want the music no more. You know, like man, forget this. They don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was crushed.
So what happened? do they kind of ended your act in mid act, or what happened?
Bruh, mid-act, my man, I didn't even get to the verse. You feel me? I'm talking about all I did was the hook. And then and people started booing. And I swear, man, for like 3 years, I had this nightmare, this recurring nightmare with these same little 3 skinny girls that were doing this. Boo, boo. You know what I'm saying? Like it was horrific, man.
So,
I'm
so
serious.
you can't.
Sandman came out, man, took me off the stage. You feel me, man? Like it was.
Were you introducing kind of rap before its time, and they didn't quite understand? Was it that the deal? You think they didn't? I mean,
I mean, if people know the history of the Apollo, rappers don't make it on the Apollo.
Okay.
I mean, if you go in there rapping on the Apollo, I'm talking about like, I have never seen anybody. I'm pretty sure, you know, man, within the 20-year history of the Apollo, I'm sure there probably has been one or two rappers that actually not get booed. But for the most part, man, rappers don't make it on the Apollo. But I was confident that I was going to be one of the first. You did?
Right. I remember, let me tell you, I'm 52. So I remember being in New York, coming back to Atlanta for a second. And this is in the early days of rap. And there was a song, was it I can't remember the guy. There was a Marvin Gaye song, I like music. You remember that song?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they played the song on the radio. This is how it flipped. They played the song on the radio and refused at that time to let the guy, his rap part, go in the song. They were so anti. I'm talking about at that time, they were anti-rap. Lo and behold, you might be lucky if you can get an R&B song played in this day and time. I mean, rap is absolutely, you know, the top music, point blank. I mean, I just remember 2 or 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, Drake dropped his music, new album and stuff. And when he hit Billboard Hot 100, he had about 6 to 7 of the top 10 spots, especially that Too Sexy for Me, and that was #1. And you know, so I'm just saying the turnaround in this, you know, not taking rap serious to now rap dominates literally music at this point. I don't like all of it, but still there's a lot. I mean, all of it. I don't like all R&B. I don't like all rock. I don't like a whole lot of, you know, whatever. I just like good music. So there is some good rap. So I'm just thinking that probably what happened at that time, you probably had a great song for them to even put you on there. They saw something, whoever put you on the Apollo, but it was just a case of the audience hadn't really caught up to what was about to dominate and take over. And if you look at pop music, if we go there, I mean, that's a situation where, well, rap is pop music, if we want to be honest about it. But pop I mean, just regular pop music, a lot of times it followed what R&B was doing. And since R&B is not to where it was before, then pop kind of went down because it's always following what R&B, you know, if you want to say copying, or if you want to say kind of like following the coattails of R&B, but I'm saying rap is like the biggest music worldwide. And I remember also back in the day, they would say that rap, was never going to make it overseas. And it's big, it's huge. I mean, they're over in like Thailand or whatever, they have hip hop clubs and stuff like that. Hip hop clubs. I remember in New York, let me tell you, I remember in New York, they had the tunnel, and the tunnel was huge. And they actually, you know, the police, Giuliani and stuff, tried to shut it down. And it was a guy from Europe or whatever who opened it, white guy opened in Europe, and it was big. And they tried to shut it down, and they actually shut it down. And now rap is #1. You know, TikTok, if you got the right rap song, you know, you're overnight sensation without the radio, TikTok. And you know what's the girl, Coley, whatever her name, that's got that song. Yeah, with that song is huge on TikTok. And she's rapping. Am I correct? In some parts of that song.
Yeah, she a rapper.
Yeah, but I'm saying she's singing in there, and you got the guy, but Miss O.B., Lord have mercy, dun, 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 dun. And I heard that, I said, oh my God, that is unbelievable. And then she starts rapping in this. I mean, I said, man, this is some next level stuff. But I'm just saying how huge rap has just taken over. So I just think that back in that time, what happened is you were introducing something new. Somebody was hip that put you on. Somebody understood. And Apollo said, man, this guy's got a song. It's on the radio. Oh, they understood, but the audience hadn't quite caught up with it. And big ups to I got to talk a big appreciation for those who may not understand what I'm saying. Big appreciations to Mariah Carey, because when you're talking about Whitney Houston that came out or whatever, and Mariah Carey had to come out, and she was kind of similar, but you know, hey, Whitney's my girl, but Mariah Carey's my girl as well. She introduced a lot of rap. You know, she had a lot of rap. Baby, come on, baby, come on. Da, da. You remember that, right? And so she introduced a lot of she kind of was the person that kind of one of the individuals that kind of spared it on. They couldn't deny her. She was a big act, and all of a sudden, man, it was over. Rap just took over, and it never looked back, and it's not looking back. I mean, I hope that R&B has another shot, but it's still going on. But rap is number one over everything right now, over everything. And now you even see it in commercials to where I don't know if you see this commercial where they have different race of people that are not even black, but you have different what's the commercial? Doing my money dance, my money dance, my money. You seen that, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that shows you right there. Trying to think of the other person, but I mean rap has definitely has dominated. But back to it. I think that's probably what happened. I think what might have happened to you is, okay, I know I had talent. I was on the radio. I got on the pilot. That crushed you. And being a young person or being any age person, when you have that type of talent, you know, you expect for it to blow. You expect, okay, well, what's the next step? You know, I'm supposed to be a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? I have such talent. And by the way, people, I heard some of him sharing some music, you know, lyrics and stuff, and I'm a lyricist as well. And I was taught by a gentleman that wrote for Twisted Sister songwriting, and I know when somebody can really write. And this guy, and this is what I want people to understand about music. I want them to understand this. Like everybody can sing, but everybody can't sing or whatever. Everybody's not a great singer. So everybody can write a song, but everybody's not a great songwriter. Okay, there's a special group that God has given talent that reigns supreme compared to everybody's out there. And what I like about TikTok, I want to say this, is that it kind of knocked the music business out a little bit, because the situation is there. Those guys can write. I hate to tell you, on TikTok, I want everybody to go listen to TikTok, giving you putting you on the TikTok for everybody, book writers, you know, PhDs, whoever you are, whatever. I want you to go listen to TikTok, and I tell you, that music is phenomenal. Those guys can write, but because they weren't connected to whoever, they weren't the third generation music person from Motown or whatever the case, they might not have gotten on to the radio or got a chance to write their songs for top artists or whatever, but they got on TikTok, and it has totally changed the music industry. And it's because it's about if it's a great song or it's catchy or whatever, and you can't fake it. You know, either you got the talent or you don't have the talent. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to share that while we talk. Word. So let's go. Okay. So what happened? What was, I kind of feel what happened? Your grandmother was driving you back home.
Yeah. After Apollo, you know, man, grandma, you know, man, parents doing what they supposed to do. You know, man, give your kids a pep talk. You know what I'm saying? If they down, then you uplift them. But what she was saying, going in one ear and out the other. What really brought me back was the my label that I was with at the time. This is when the Source Awards was real popular. We wound up driving down to Miami to the Source Awards a week after the Apollo. So I got a chance to like meet so many people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody from Ja Rule to Busta Rhymes, Fat Joe. I met Pitbull, Adebisi, Talib Kweli. I mean, I met so many people. So that what really brought me back from that Apollo fiasco.
Okay. And I don't know. I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I guess things were not happening fast enough as you felt your talent, you know, the level of your talent, and that might have led you to doing other things that, and you're young.
Right.
So let's go there.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, that came about because I wound up switching labels. So the label that I was with, I felt as though they weren't pushing me. You know what I'm saying? They weren't doing enough as an artist. So I wanted to leave, and I went to really, I was a free agent. I was a free agent, just kind of living off of my name, but I had different labels come to me.
Okay.
And asked me to be a part of their movement.
Okay.
So literally 3 different labels. And so I wanted to get in with the one that was more flashy to me. Arson Entertainment, man. The leader of it, man, he was balling. I mean, nice car. Everybody that was on their team was doing it. You know. Right. So I picked them because I wanted to do it too. Right. So but what that came with that came with more than just music. Okay. So you know, I started selling drugs, and okay. I told myself I'm gonna make $5,000 and then I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna make 5,000, put it into music, and then I'm gonna fall back. But that lifestyle is so addicting. That money was so addicting. I made $5,000, you know, man, in a month's time, and I'm like, damn, I can make this in this time. Oh no, I'm not stopping. And you know, man. So eventually, I wound up getting locked up. Wrong place, wrong time. I was in a parking lot, rolling up a blunt, about to go to the track to go sell. Right. And I didn't know the Burger King down the street had just got robbed. So the police, they were in the area just looking for the suspect. And so they flashed a light on my car, and everything was history from there. You know what I'm saying? Even though I have anything to do with the robbery, but being in fact where I was located at, they was on a search. They just decided to fuck with me, you dig? And but that was my very first offense. I didn't do no jail time, just a couple of days until I got bailed out. But went to court. I just got probation. That was my very first offense ever. So they gave me a slap on the wrist, but that wasn't enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Because the money that I had saved up, I had to use to bail me out of jail. So now I'm like back broke again. You dig? So now I'm right back at it. I'm right back at it again.
So let me ask you this: is when you're making money like that, that type of money, I'm gonna put it that way. It's pretty like difficult to go to a $7 an hour job. It's just, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you just like you got the girls, you know, you got the money, you can buy what you want, you can have a lifestyle that you want to have. Kind of hard to go to somebody telling you what to do. And at $7 an hour, that's kind of, I guess, I'm assuming that would be hard.
Absolutely, it's hard, especially when you know that, you know, man, you can make this amount of money in this short time, not having to do the hard work, the hard labor. You know what I'm saying? Like there's really no comparison, for real. But unfortunately,
right. I'm just looking at also that, and I want people to see also that the entrepreneur spirit and the ability that people, let's look at the positive on top of the negative, that people are able to go out there. It's not, you know, not quote unquote the right thing to do, but they can get out there and make the money, and they have an entrepreneurial spirit. And only if they were like given some opportunities to have their own businesses and get a product that is legal, whatever, and do the same thing. So I just want to point that out. People that kind of don't really look at it with a full lens. At you can take that aspect of it in, but I mean, it's unfortunate that it's the wrong thing or whatever, and it's illegal. But so okay, so you end up there. Tell us about the second time.
Second time, I'm by the second time I get incarcerated, I'm full-fledged into it. I mean, by now I have my own crib. I got 2 cars.
Mhm.
I'm talking about fur coats, jewelry. I mean, like, I thought I was that dude. You did.
How much money did you have then?
Well, shit, man. At the time when I got locked up, I had 14,000 at my homegirl's crib. That's where because I was on probation, so
Right.
I kept guns, my drugs, and my money at her house.
Okay.
So I had like 14 grand at her crib. I had, a few thousand, just walk around, play money. I had shoe boxes full of 1s and 5s. Like I don't even know how much was in them shoe boxes.
Hey man, you got to write a book about that, man. I recommend for young people to kind of see, okay, this is how it was. I mean, people don't really understand that so much money can be made. Not that it's right per se, but there's a lot of money to be made. No snitching or whatever either, but just the temptation behind it, and probably advise people to find their gifts and talent. But there's a lot of temptation, I would think.
Absolutely. I mean, even to this day,
Right.
It's tempting, So for me back then, when I had got locked up the second time after I had caught, my another drug charge, and I had spent some time in the butt naked room. I spent 5 days in the butt naked room.
What brought that on? I think you kind of told me what you were very upset. It was. Tell me about what brought that.
So when the cops they raided my apartment. They raided my apartment not looking for drugs. They raided my apartment looking for guns because somebody lied and said that I robbed them, and I robbed them at gunpoint for $200.
Right.
So that's what they told the police, and so the police had a warrant, and they raided my house looking for guns.
Okay.
They didn't find any guns because it was a lie what the people had told them. You know what I'm saying? They didn't find any guns. They did find an ounce of cocaine. I was already on probation for drug trafficking.
Okay.
So they found out. So they found an ounce of cocaine, and I'm in there snapping. Mind you, they wake me up sleeping, they busting the door. I'm sleeping. So I'm snapping, and I'm telling the cops, man, F you, man, I'd rather die if I go back to jail.
Right.
I didn't realize that making that statement would trigger for them to decide to put me inside of the holding cell where you have to be watched on suicide watch, because of the fact that
you were lucky that there wasn't a bad cop or something that could have tried to kill you. I mean, you were frustrated. I'm a human being. You guys are waking me up, and what I'm saying, I'm already, my situation is my situation. But I mean, you were lucky that they didn't kill you and to say, well, hey, he attacked me first and get off.
Right. I mean,
am I right?
I mean, without a doubt. I mean, I was lucky enough to not have further incident behind my actions, because the way that I reacted, they could have shot me and been justified. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, without a doubt. But I always say that I'm covered by the blood of the Lamb, thanks to my upbringing. You know what I'm saying? So
you think your grandmother's prayers, right?
Better believe it. You better believe that.
So okay, so you have the first, and this is fascinating, people, just to see. Okay, so Okay, so you go in the hole, and what goes through your mind then? I mean, kind of like at a very low point from having all this money, flash, talent.
I'm in jail. I mean, and for me, it was I'm kicking myself because I got locked up on a Thursday.
Right.
I had a meeting with Sony Epic Records on Friday because they were interested in a single. So I was in talks of a single deal for the song that I had. The same song that was being played on the radio while I was incarcerated. Not the song Big Girls. Big Girls is a song that was like four years.
How did you get your song on the radio? How did you? Cause that's a without a a major push, even if you
money, my man, money talk. Now, mind you, I'm selling drugs.
Are you telling me there's a real thing called payola?
It's a real thing. Now I'm taking my music up to the radio station with money. I'm talking about my CD would be in a little vanilla envelope with like $200 in that joint. You know what I'm saying? I'm dropping it off with the DJ's name on it though. I'm saying on the envelope.
Let me tell you that to be sharing stories. I mean, I remember going to a convention in New York or whatever, going to I forget what it was, some type of thing that they had, man. New York was very cool. New York is, shout out, is the greatest city in the world. Let me tell you. But special opportunity. If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. Trust me. But
city in the world. Now, I can't agree with that.
Well, I have to. Okay. Well, okay. We can respectfully disagree. Okay. But
yes.
Okay. So let me just tell you what happened. So the guy they told us that the trick was they go to the radio station. Okay. And okay, we can't give you money right off, but what we can do is here's the CD plot, and here's a $5,000 watch, just a gift. You know what I mean? You just want to give you a gift for your talents, but here's my record, and hey, talk to you later.
Wink, wink.
Huh?
I said wink, wink.
Wink, wink. So payola, there you go. For people that are not in the music business and don't understand what payola, what it really means, it just means pay to play. That means you pay money in some fashion or form, or give a gift in some fashion or form, and in return, they play your record. And this was going on, and I don't want to. I had an interview before. I'm not gonna go in that. But I'm trying to think back of who was the artist. Sun Records, Elvis Presley, Philip, I can't remember his name, whatever, who was over Sun Records. I mean, well, let me be careful with that. But it's known fact that back in the days that was going on, and that's how records. I want to say, and I'm incorrect. Let me correct myself. Not them. It's another. I won't go into it. I'm gonna get. There was other radios, not that record company. Let me tell you that. But there were that we know of. But there were other record companies that had top artists that about or whatever, and that was kind of the coming way that things went down, and that's how they had great music, no taking away from their music, but their music got on because of it was some money was given to the DJs. Absolutely. But yeah, but let's go to this beef you have right here. Why do you say New York is not the best city in the world?
Oh man, because that's not where I was born at. You know what I'm saying? That's not where I was born at. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give props to where I'm from.
Okay.
Philadelphia is my love. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I gotta give props to where I was born and raised before I can give props to somebody else.
Well, what I know going to New York is that man, they were handing out record deals before I came. This is weird. I go to New York because of music and all this stuff and all this type of stuff. And before I came, they were giving record deals out to people like water. Okay. So back in Georgia, where I'm from, Athens, Georgia and stuff, I mean, we just listened to records. We didn't have no, this is before, we talking about before the rap broke off in Atlanta. You know what I mean? I go to New York, it breaks off in Atlanta. I'm in New York, then I come back to Atlanta, and now, you know, Georgia, whatever, and now we're making some waves and doing what we got to do. But I'm just saying, it was the exposure. And I interviewed a guy that's a jazz great that's 81 years old, and this should be influence everybody here and you as well. The guy wrote a book at 81 years old during the pandemic in 1 month, and it's a you know, special things to run. He was Italian. He's Italian gentleman, and he was in the jazz scene. Played with Louis Armstrong one time. Played in Lionel Hampton's band and some other bands and stuff like that. And he told me the way things were happening in New York. He went to a concert, and he met one of the people that were in one of the top bands, maybe Duke Ellington bands, develop a friendship. And when the guy couldn't show up to the gig, he would get the phone call as a saxophonist, and I play saxophone as well, so me and him connect there. But I'm just saying how things went down. It wasn't what you know, what you know, it was who you knew, who you knew. So I'm just saying that's what I'm saying about New York. That's the greatest city, because, you know, people were getting on like left and right. I'm not saying it was right. You okay? Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's one thing I'm saying. I mean, Georgia's great. Sure, Phillies is great, but I'm just saying the opportunity, and it's now Atlanta is the hot spot. But
Georgia is great. I love Atlanta.
Right. Atlanta's the hot spot, but I'm just saying back in the day, New York, you could get on just like that. Like that. You just happen to be in the right neighborhood. They were like just giving.
And why it's a great city, man, known for a lot of good things. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not taking anything away from New York City. I just love my city. That's all it is.
Yeah, I love Athens, you know, and I love Atlanta, and I love Georgia. That's great. But I'm just saying that the power of what was going on and some of what's going on now, of course, Atlanta is the spot. But so let's get back to it, to just having some fun here. So that was the first time. What was going through your mind when you were when you were like that? What brought you?
Yeah. Well, like I say, you know, man, they had me in the butt naked room for 5 days, and so while I'm in there, you know, the conditions is crazy. I mean, like they got me feeling like a real animal,
right?
You know, and so from there, that was when I say no more drug selling. You know, man, just it's going to be time for me to really get myself together. You know, man, I want to focus on the music full-fledged. Unfortunately, I didn't really even get the chance to do that. After being released from the butt neck room, I was there for like 5 days. I made bail. I'm home for about a month.
Right
now, I still got money at my homegirl's trip. I got like 14 grand still there at her house. I still got some work, and I gave it away. I'm talking about like I don't know what it was, but I gave my drugs away. I gave the guns away, like to close friends of mine. I didn't even charge them for anything.
Right.
I just gave stuff away because I just wanted to be done with it. Excuse me, unfortunately.
Wait a minute, you gave $14,000 away.
No, hell no. I'm talking about the money and I'm talking about the guns and the drugs.
Okay. You kept the 14,000.
Man, 10,000 of that 14 went towards my lawyer. So I guess you can say I gave that away. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I was looking at 10 years in jail. I was looking at 10 years. Okay. So I paid my lawyer a little over $10,000.
Right.
Fight my case, and the best that he gave me was 2 years.
Okay.
So the rest of my 2 years in jail went towards.
I got to give you a lawyer story. We just talking. So I was representing a pop artist. I knew the producer too, just to kind of show you some about lawyers. So entertainment lawyers. So we're trying to hammer out a contract between the music producer and the artist. And so what happened, you should just hear, see what they do. So they get on the phone, the two lawyers, and say, you know, let's just stay on the phone. They just say we've been on the phone 5 hours, and they charge him money both ways before they actually over an or a but in the contract, and they just charge each for 5 hours. And so I'm just telling you how sometimes these lawyers are, you know what I'm saying? So I understand what you're talking about. Fortunately, it was, for me, it wasn't my money, it was the artist's parents' money, but still that's terrible, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying how these artists are. But go ahead. Fact. So let's get, okay. So what happened to bring you back again?
What you mean, bring me back again to what?
You said you went back again off screen. You said that you went back again and you had another experience in jail, and that was the tipping point to writing.
So when I did the 2 years, so mind you, I did the 5 days in the butt naked room.
Right.
I got bailed out. I was out of jail for about a month. That's when I gave everything up.
Right.
But then I had to go to court.
Right.
And so when I went to court, they wound up sentencing me, giving me 2 years.
Okay.
So while incarcerated for that 2 years,
right.
That's when I discovered, writing, and that was only because I got sent to the hole. So when I was in jail, they had first of all, I had I had to go to a behavior modification program because of my temperament. So I had a slight anger problem, and for me it was just, I'm not gonna make no excuses for it. You dig, man? It was something about authority telling me what I had to do. You dig? When I'm just so used to just doing things my own way. You know what I'm saying?
Are you left-handed?
I'm in this.
Yeah. Are you left-handed?
No, sir. I just fight left-handed. I just fight southpaw.
Okay. I'm just curious. There's something about I'm left-handed. But go ahead.
Right. And so anyway, man, so while I'm incarcerated, I'm in this program. I get kicked out of the program for showing threatening behaviors.
Okay.
I get sent to the hole, and the hole is solitary confinement. You're locked in one cell for 23 hours a day.
Wow.
So I'm in there for 2 weeks. While there is when I discovered my writing talent. I mean, I was bored. I had nothing to do inside of this room for 23 hours. You did. Right. So I started working on a book, Monkeys Can't Sell Bananas.
And what is that book about? This is your first book, right?
Correct.
So tell me about that book.
Now, it was supposed to have been about a crackhead trying to sell crack. It was supposed to have been a comedy because I'm silly. So it was supposed to have been a comedy about a crackhead trying to sell crack.
Right.
But it really grew legs, man, and took off, man, in a different direction. I mean, the basis of it is still about that same crackhead, but the twist is the crackhead is a teenager, and he's trying to raise his younger brother, and he didn't start off smoking crack. I mean, he started off selling it. Right. But then a couple bad decisions, a couple traumatizing experiences, man, just sent his life down it was like a domino effect for him.
Okay, so we're gonna leave it at that. That sounds like an interesting book. So you saying that because we want people to buy the book, okay? So you're saying, and let me understand this, and so that the public understand this. Here you were this great person in music, and I can attest that he's a great writer, people. From what I heard. So a writer knows a writer, okay? Put it that way. So you're in this situation in jail, and you're writing your first book. And how old were you at this time?
28.
Here would be a public question the public would probably ask you. I think you would, LinkedIn. You would ask, who told you to write the book? Where did that come from? I mean, I'm just being devil.
Right. Oh yeah, not. That's a good question. And shout out to Brian Risa.
Okay.
aka B Love.
Okay.
So B Love, he actually and he's actually in Monkeys Can't Sell Bananas too. But
Okay.
B Love, he wanted to write a book, and he asked. Now, mind you, when I was incarcerated, a lot of people knew who I were. A lot of people knew who I was because my music was being played on the radio.
Right.
So I had a name for myself while I was in a jail. So
Right.
he knew who I was just based off of the music. And
Right.
so he asked me if I could help him to be able to write a book. I gave him his whole first chapter. His whole first chapter.
Okay.
It was my idea.
How did he know that you could write a book and you never wrote a book before?
He didn't. He just knew that I did music. That
So
was it.
Okay, the man was smart enough. The man was smart enough. If the man can write a song and that's on the radio while he's in jail, he must have. He just kind of put 2 and 2 together. It equals 4. This guy could probably help me write a book if he can write a great song, right?
I mean, if you ask me, and not to be no Bible thumper, but I really truly believe that God, he made that a way to happen. Okay. Because when you're in solitary confinement, you're in a cell by yourself, right?
Right.
When I met Brian, I was inside the confinement, and they put him in my cell because it was so overcrowded. Right. They could have put him in anybody's cell. Okay. They put him in my cell, and mind you, I was never on writing books was never on my radar. Right. At all. Right. But Brian planted that seed for me by me helping him out with his book. And that's why I have to give glory to God, because once again, man, God don't make no mistakes. He knew what he was doing. Right, right. Now let me ask you this. Hey, I'm 100%. So with him, here we go. The question, what made that guy want to write a book? Oh, because he was doing a lot of time. But why did he want to write a book? Yeah, I guess to pass time. I have no idea. I never asked him why he wanted to write a book. And what was his book about? Just on the book was about his life and about why he was incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So he wanted to write a book. He asked for your help. And so it's kind of like, let's say like this, you became the copyright editor. You feel me? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You became quote unquote the copyright editor. That's what you were. And you helped him. Some people can call it, it can swim over into ghostwriting sometimes. But I'm just saying you became the copyright editor. I'm just for people that write books. It's just that simple. Okay, copyright editor. You're helping him write it. You helped him write his first chapter, or whatever, how that turned out, and then it spurred on you, huh? Go ahead. Right. From that, I had decided that I can write my own book. Though I'm like, man, if I give him his whole first chapter, why don't I just write my own genre? Right. So, so Monkeys Can't Sell Bananas was actually the title of a song. Okay. That I had wrote, because mind you, while I was in jail, I was just writing music. Right. So Monkeys Can't Sell Bananas was the title of a song. Right. But I liked the title, so I decided to, man, just flip it into the book. That's it. Okay. And while all of this is going on, one of your songs was playing on the radio, right? Yes. So the jail makes everybody. If I can give you a brief story about that, right? Go ahead. The song was called VIP. Okay. Right? It had Too Short in a hook. Right. They're playing my song on the radio. Mm-hmm. Next thing I know, I hear a remix with Billy the Kid and Spade from Major Figures. It's a group in Philadelphia. I'm hearing my song with them on it though. Okay. I'm like, how the hell? You didn't give the okay for that. You did not give the okay for that. Absolutely not. So fast forward time, when I get out of jail and I run into the guy who made that beat and gave it to me, he told me that he told me that being the fact that I was incarcerated, he didn't know how much time I was gonna be doing. He just pretty much just released the beat to somebody who had the finances to pay him for it, because I was in jail and I wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So yeah, that's just how. So tell me, did you write a play also in jail?
No, so I wrote the play recently. I wrote the play for Monkey Can't Sell Bananas recently. But while I was in jail, I did decide that Monkeys Can't Sell Bananas is going to be my Raisin in the Sun. I said that I said it when I first was writing the book, that this is going to be a novel, a play, a movie in that order. Hold on. See the seriousness in my face. It's going to be a novel, a play, a movie in that order. All right.
All right. Now I believe you. No, I like that confidence. You kind of remind me of this guy. You had to check one interviews out called Clive Kelly. You guys, I mean, in the sense that you decide you're going to do something. This is a gentleman, you could say, well-to-do Irishman that got some nominations, you know, Oscar nominations, won some Oscars in Brazil, built some just to kind of let them know the type of person that really I see in you. A person he built some clubs, and he was friends to the first manager of the Beatles, had Little Richard come over, had Tina Turner. So that's what I see when I see you. That level, try to free the Indians in Brazil. I mean, believe that's what when I saw your eyes, that's what I saw. You see what I'm saying?
I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Okay, I saw that. Okay, yeah. So you got to know where that, hey man, that awesomeness, that greatness, that charisma, that drive, that power. Okay, but so you come out with this book. When did you release the first book?
So I wrote Monkeys Can't Sell Bananas first, but I didn't release it first. While I was incarcerated, I wrote another book titled Good Cookies. Okay. Which is a shorter novel. It's an erotica. It's about a lady. She's been with 2 married men. She got a crazy ex-boyfriend who refuses to let go. So I actually released Good Cookies first as kind of a little teaser, you know, man, just to let the world know that I am here. I have arrived. You dig?
Right.
Before I hit them with my baby, because this right here is my ace in a hole. So I threw out Good Cookies as a little sampler first before I cracked them in the head with Monkeys Can't Sell Bananas.
Okay. And so I guess the first guy that kind of introduced you, because he wanted help for writing, and you became the copyright editor. That's where you goes. Copyright editor. We'll leave it there. Okay. That he heard the music on the radio, and everybody in the facility knew about your music. Is that correct?
Correct. That is correct.
Okay. And you were kind of like, you were a star there. Okay. And you come out. So what happens when you come out? What year did you come out? What year?
I came out in 2009.
2009.
Right. Now, one thing that I did not mention was that I had my child, and I had a son in 2006.
Okay.
So me and my son was extremely close. He was 10 months when I went to jail. He was 3 when I came home.
Okay.
Me and him, we were, and I say that we was extremely close because his mom worked. I didn't work. Okay. I wasn't paying for no babysitter. You know what I'm saying? So he was with me every day.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so when I came home from jail in 2009, my son, he's 3 years old. You know, he don't, man, I have to work on building that relationship, that bond back again.
Right.
So a lot of my time went into me spending time with my child. You did. Right. I had when I was locked up, I had a whole Rick Ross, whole beard, everything. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, man, 2 years worth of man bush on my face.
Right.
And so I went to go try to get a job. And because I was working at KFC before I started selling drugs.
Okay.
So I went back there to see if I can get my job back, whatever. I know it's been years.
Yeah.
But I tried it. My man he was a manager there now. He said, yo, listen, if you cut off all that man bush on your face, I can try to get you back in here. So I did that. Cut off everything. Had me around this joint, man, looking like a plucked bird, right? And the general manager wouldn't rehire me.
Wow. Wow.
General manager wouldn't rehire me. I've been home now for about 4 months.
Right.
No income coming in. Baby moms is on my back, like, all right, you home now, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? I need some help with your son. And so I did what I said I wouldn't do ever again.
So let me ask you this. So you had finished writing the first book before you came out, and
both books.
You wrote 2 books.
I wrote both books while incarcerated.
Okay. So when you came out, you decided, well, I'm going to release the second book first, to kind of as a teaser, right?
Correct.
Okay. But now you're explaining the backstory. Okay, while all of this is going on,
before
everything. Go ahead.
I'm explaining what happened when I came home from jail before I even released the books. Because mind you, I had wrote everything was written down on paper. So I got these books on like notebook papers. You know what I'm saying? Right. Matter of fact, I got the cookies on like 3 different books. I got like put pieces together. It was bananas because I wrote all this while incarcerated. You know what I'm saying?
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a cliffhanger.
What's this?
Yeah, we're gonna do a cliffhanger. We're gonna stop it. We're gonna stop it cold right here and let everybody digest your come up. If it's okay with you, let me know. And then we're gonna have you come back the second second interview because can we do that?
Oh, man, because it gets juicier. I promise you, man. Like this roller coaster of a drama, it really starts for me when I come home. So when I tell you that after they denying me from working after me shaving my face, you dig? Yeah. That's when we're gonna leave it there. But that's when it really takes off left for me though.
Yeah, because we really want people, and I think you love it too. It just kind of it was about to take off, and just the trials and tribulation of a young Black man in the inner city with talent and abilities and the power of a tiger and a lion combined, that ready to take on the world at any cost, and nobody was going to stop him. He's going to do what he's got to do. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
All right. So people, we're going to stop it here because we want you. I think he understands where I'm coming from. That we want you to absorb the greatness. We want you to absorb the greatness of what you just heard, and take from that and learn from that, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, the great, and then he's going to come back another time and really take you to the next level when he met the young lady and wrote something for her, going into screenwriting, a no stop, and what he's going to do for the future. We want to ask him what he thinks about self-publishing and publishing, what he thinks about somebody else doing a movie for him. We're just going to ask a lot of more questions, but I think that you got kind of a narrative, and you can feel the vibrations of a climb to success, and it's only sky's the limits from here for this young man that looks like he's 22. So we're going to end it, and this was a powerful, impactful, motivational a win for the United States and the world to hear this young man share his story, being open and candid, and just kind of like showing you what that talent is there, people, and not giving up. So at this time, we're going to end it, feel the vibrations, and we'll be back for 2. And so that ended it.
Stay tuned. It gets better later. You hear me? There's more to come. All right. Know that.
man, I'm inspired, man. I want to write a new book right now. So we'll see you next time. You stay
Amen.
for a second, and then we're gonna let them go. But I mean, it was, wow. It was magic, man. This was a magical interview, and I hope that you saw the greatness of what was happening with this interview, the greatness of, and you just reliving and going back through and saw,
Man.
you know, the prayers of your grandmother, you getting knocked down, getting back up, and just the beauty. And you said it in your own words that God was with you when the man came through, and you could have been killed that one time, but God spared you. And you know, and we can see, last thing I'm gonna say, because is that it looks like it was over. It looks right now that was about to be over, but you can tell he's at this interview. You can tell it went that just fueled the fire more for success.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So next time, Black authors and others, tell them, because we want to put the Amazon, tell them.
Oh
your
yeah.
name again,
Oh, yeah,
tell them your
man.
name again, and where can they get? It's Christmas time. Go get this book.
Facts,
Tell them where they
facts,
can get
man.
this book.
Facts, man. Get them stocking stuffers, all right? And y'all can get them at SeniMarquis.com. That is SeniMarquis.com. Or you can go to mobettabooks.net. Mobettabooks is my publishing company. That's MOBETTABOOKS.net. Now y'all can buy the books off of Amazon too, right? But we all know that Amazon is taxing. You can dig me, like Amazon, they only gonna give me pennies and crumbs compared to what it costs. You feel me? So the books are, I'm gonna purchase on my own website. But you can get them on Amazon too. Either way it goes, it's I'm just getting the work out there. Monkey Can't Sell Bananas, Good Cookies is out there for y'all. Got that, y'all got that.
And just to let the public know, and he's about to know right now, we're going to get him on some more. I got some more media personalities, at least 2 or 3 more media shows that he's going to go on besides my show. It's just an amazing story. It has to circulate. He's got to be on 2 or 3 other shows at least. I mean,
Man, I appreciate that, family. I appreciate the love. You hear me?
Yeah. So till next time, we have just concluded another episode of Black Authors. Now you don't go anywhere, but for them, we have concluded another amazing show of Black authors and others in the United States, for the United States and the world. Everybody have a beautiful day, and always keep your head up.
That's right. Boy, heads unite!
We united right now. Till next time. Y'all take care. All right. Let me